All right, peace, family at Foothill. Today we are celebrating our last day of Black History Month. Of course, it's all through the year, 365. However, today we had Brother Dr. Frederick Gaines join us. He came to speak about the Afro-Latino connection of California, some of the history of California, Queen Califia, get some indigenous information going this year. And so Dr. Gaines, came in and blessed our campus.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. I was blessed. It was a great opportunity to share not only my heart but the information. I believe that for us Africans and for us Latinos, indigenous people, it's not just the head; it's the heart. We need both. And first of all, I wanted them to feel my heart, to know that I was bringing them information that I thought would be transformative, but I wanted them to open their hearts to receive it. And I felt that. I felt that from everyone in the room. And so that's really what it's about. It's about bringing the information. But if the information is heartless, then it doesn't have the impact. And so I'm grateful that they listened, that they gave me their time, and they gave me their attention. And I think from the response that I got afterward, I think that at least several of them in the room feel like it's something that's very, very important and valuable to them. So I'm grateful.
And something else, just to mention this as well, Brother Gaines, is the humanity point that you kept making throughout the presentation is very important, because information, I think being in the middle of the information age, it can actually pull us apart. It can disconnect us, but I think continuing to infuse the love that it takes, our music, our art, food, of course, to kind of soothe people's nourishment, that I feel like is what will allow us to take it from the knowledge to integrating it into our lives.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I think education is, it's interesting, because sometimes when people are criticizing my teaching, what they'll say is that, oh, he's not a teacher, he's a preacher. And they don't understand that's not an offense to me. I don't feel like I'm a preacher. I feel like I'm a teacher, but I'm a teacher in an Afrocentric way. I don't apologize for bringing heart to the classroom and defining knowledge in a way that is Afrocentric. I don't apologize for that, and I don't believe that our students will benefit. I don't believe European students, white students, or any others that will benefit from heartless education. I think that's why we're suffering what we're suffering in California and across the country. That young people are just hearing a bunch of information. They're overwhelmed with information, but it's like, well, what do I do with it? How do I integrate it into my own life? How can this transform my relationships and how I feel about myself and the people around me? And I think for me, as an African, an Afrocentric educator, that's important. That's vitally important to me as well. How
you feel about the Queen Califia, folks knowing that California is named after a Black woman?
I love the reaction from people, the fact that most of the room didn't know, only about 3 people in the room knew that California was named after this African woman, this beautiful, bold educator, administrator. She was a warrior, a queen who, it was a romantic novel in the 16th century about this Black woman and then her Black kingdom of only Black women. And the fact that the Spaniards were required, most young men had to read this information. Many of the conquistadors, when they got to the California coast, they were looking for her. They were, and some of them were even lying and saying they saw her. But that's so important, and the fact that they were honoring her Africanness, that she was voluptuous, that she was powerful, that she was strong, that she was intelligent, that she was courageous, all those things wrapped into a woman. Today, you see what we do to women, and for our African men, many times we've been conditioned to objectify our women, and that's because we're not whole yet. We're working on it, because we would never do that. But what you see reflected in the legend of Queen Califia is what all those positive attributes that we believe about our African sisters when we're healthy. And so hopefully we can continue to tell her story. And when you look on the state seal and you see a European woman there, it's because that was part of this whole epistemicide, where you're stealing the knowledge and you're changing the knowledge, that no, Queen Califia needs to be on that seal. And so what we see on that seal is a Eurocentric, I say it's robbery, deception, and that doesn't help any of us. When we distort history, we hurt European kids, we hurt black kids, we hurt Asian kids, because we lack that respect for each other. And so telling the truth is good for all of us. Ubuntu, I am because we are, you know, that it's not because of your color or your sex, that you are human, and so you have great value just because you are a human.
And being able to feel and connect with each other as humans is I mean,
oh my God,
that comes from being able to have information so you can bring new information, which hopefully ties to your heart, which hopefully, you know, ties to you being able to continue to connect with other folks. And so
absolutely.
So this is it was a blessing to have this throughout the month. I feel though
awesome.
We've been having these very humanistic conversations infused with our African ancestry and Black History Month. So we really want to bring folks closer in, as opposed to, oh, it's just about Black folks.
That's right.
No, it's about all of us. So,
it's all of us.
We so appreciate you coming this year again. So
thank you for all of you out there. No matter what your background, what happens to me happens to you. What happens to you happens to me. Peace.
Give thanks, peace. We'll see you next year. We're going to keep Brother Gaines coming so we can keep getting this knowledge, keep feeding ourselves, you know, and keep connecting. We got the drums. We locking it in. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.